Hey buddy, I don't know what we should do for this week's episode. I'm kind of at a loss.
Yeah, man, I don't know what I'm really feeling. Oh my god! What is that?
Is there something on my face or what's...
Dude, look behind you.
What is it? Is it like a spider or something?
Like literally look behind you. Like right behind you.
Is it in the hall or where am I looking?
Crouch down and look to your side.
And we're clear over here.
Holy crap!
Hi!
Yes!
Arabian Nights, like Arabian Dodger.
Welcome to a brand new episode of The Completionist. And today, guys, we have a very special guest. It's Dodger from Press Hard to Continue. Fun fact, she was the initial inspiration of me starting The Completionist after we met about 1.5 years ago. And it's really exciting to kind of have you here on the show.
Hi!
Yeah.
It's very nice to be here as well. Hello, Gerard. Hello, Internet.
You are so welcome into our humble abode of gamingness.
Glory.
Yes. So, Dodger, tell us what game we're going to be playing today for the audience at home.
We are going to be playing
Aladdin for the Super NES.
Rag!
God, I'm in trouble, aren't
You
I?
ruined the
I
shot!
ruined it.
Now we gotta do makeup and get out!
Aladdin! I don't know if you knew this, but this story is my absolute favorite out of the Disney tunes of the 90s. Robin Williams as Genie is really what defined it. What do you think, Dodger? Why did you choose it?
I chose to complete this game with Gerard because it just reminds me of playing games with my brother. It holds a special place in my heart zones.
But Beardman and Coffee Girl, why did you not play this one on Genesis? I played the one on Genesis. Does Aladdin get a weapon in this game? Aladdin had a sword in the other one, and it was extremely difficult and it sucked. Oh, I guess I just answered my own question there.
Well, I think everyone here knows the story, but in case you haven't seen the Disney film that grossed millions of dollars in the 90s, here's a recap.
That delicious 90s cash.
Okay, just a side note, the story is told with pictures and text, which is kind of boring if you ask me, but anyways, Aladdin is a street rat who has a sweet sidekick little monkey named Abu. Together, they live off of Agrabah's scraps.
Hold it, Dodger. I think you mean Aghanim.
Agrabah's scraps when Aladdin falls deeply in love with Jasmine, the princess of the land. The evil Jafar, who is trying to take over the throne, needs a peon to get him the lamp that is sealed in the Cave of Wonders. So, Jafar sends Aladdin to retrieve the lamp. But when Aladdin gives Jafar the lamp, he leaves Aladdin to rot in the Cave of Wonders. Jafar plans to use the genie within the lamp for his evil gain, but Abu actually steals the lamp back from Jafar. And with the use of the lamp, we have our Robin Williams genie, who literally saves the day.
Yeah, and they get to ride a magic carpet too, and there's a monkey in there somewhere, and then you got Gilbert Godfrey Bird. I mean, no, yeah, there isn't too much more to the story. You pretty much covered it.
Good job, Gerard. I guess that's why they call you the Completionist.
This is possibly my favorite aspect of this game. One thing that Capcom did very well was that they captured the Disney animation style beautifully. All of the character models look just like their big screen counterparts, and the levels are just as accurate. You guys remember our good friend who directed Goof Troop the game and later eventually helmed Resident Evil? He did this game too.
You get to go through many different movie locations, such as the streets of Agrabah,
Aghanim.
the Cave of Wonders, and even the inside of the lamp. You really do get the feeling that you were playing an extended version of the film. The music is also very well adapted, too. Yes, it's that classic 16-bit music, but it's a welcoming sound to my ears. This game outshines the Genesis port tremendously. I mean, it just screams fun!
Time out with Greg! That's me. Alright, time out. There was no way I could make it through this review without addressing the shortcomings of the Genesis version of this game. It is probably the most frustrating video game I have ever played in my entire life. Sure, I was 5 when my brother and I got this game, but man did we get frustrated. The first level just goes on, and there is no way a 5-year-old like me could have ever beaten it. However, at the end of the day, at least the music was pretty cool. That totally makes up for it. No, it doesn't. Well, at least the Sega splash screen is hilarious. The time in!
Now here's where we get into the real meat and potatoes of the game. It feels like this game just never stops moving. Mostly in a good way. I keep getting this feeling that the developers of Assassin's Creed played a lot of Aladdin growing up. The two games, although years and years apart, have the same unstoppable feel to them.
You jump from platform to platform, narrowly avoiding death. Speaking of jumping, here's where things can get a little hairy. When you jump up, you have a very nice floaty feel. However, when your jump is over, you drop like a rock. Luckily, if you can pick up a pair of underwear, you can safely glide your way through each level.
I think it's just some sort of sheet.
However, if you neglect the precious pair of undergarments, you will have to time your jumps precisely, or you fall down and either die, or you have to hoof it up all the way back to where you just were. If I had to sum up this entire game into one word, I would say jump.
So, as you're jumping through each detailed level, you must collect a few items. There are the apples, which you can use to stun enemies, green gems to increase your max health, food to restore your health, a lamp for an extra man, red rubies, which there are 10 of in each stage, and golden scarabs to get access to Genie's break time. In the break time game, Genie plays Wheel of Fortune with you to get a nice little bonus. I wonder what happens if you land on the Genie panel.
Genie's break time? How about Greg's break time? Hit it! Mr. Gerard Khalil and caffeine-loving lady, I'm on the job, you big kebab. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like Greg. Yeah. You ain't never had a friend like Greg.
Walk!
Anyways, all of the items are quite readily available and easy to reach. However, some of the red rubies can be a real pain in the ass to get. They require perfect jump timing, and some of them cannot be obtained after a failed attempt.
The funny thing is, there aren't all that many enemies, or even bosses for that matter. Your main challenge throughout the game is the territory. That being said, there are some pretty funny enemies to be found. There's the arrow guy, the sword guy, the barrel guy, oh, the guy, and even
Faces with wings!
You can kill all of them with the classic combo of stun and jump. The balance of enemies is very weird because in the first stage, there are a lot of guards, but then it really drops off as the game goes on.
One of my favorite parts of the game are the magic carpet rides. You hop on Carpet's back and go for a ride. You can either fly through a lava-filled cavern, or just fly around Agrabah
Yeah, I get him.
and collect floating gems. These were a nice change of pace from the constant running and jumping. Don't get me wrong, some of them were very difficult, but a nice change of pace.
After jumping and running and jumping and running and jumping and running, you finally get to battle Jafar while jumping and running, who is a pretty simple boss. The first stage of the Jafar fight has you pitted against Jafar as he flies around the room and releases
Faces with wings!
at you. After jumping on his staff and his head a few times, he disappears. Pretty simple, right? Now it's time to stroll on over with glory to, oh my god, what the hell is that?
An evil flying vase? Oh, holy crap, no, he's a snake man snake!
Indiana Jones would be shaking in his boots if he saw this bad boy. This is one of the coolest boss fights in the game. Mostly because it's one of the only boss fights in the game. The entire battle feels so fluid as you bounce on the Snake Man's snake's back and jump on his snaky snake head. He throws a few curveballs at you, but you can get through the whole thing pretty easily, especially with a fresh pair of underpants.
Yeah, Dodger, I'm pretty sure that's just a sheet.
After After you've defeated Jafar, you are greeted with pictures and text. How depressing. But if you get all of the, or most of the red rubies, you get.
Now, if you were paying attention to all of the red rubies scattered throughout the levels, you'll come to the conclusion that there are 10 per level. The game will also remind you via a results screen. Collecting a minimum of 70 will grant you the secret ending.
Yeah, let's try that again. Collecting all said red rubies will give you the secret ending.
The secret ending! I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Ah! You numbskulls! Even I knew this was coming because I checked ahead of time. The golden scarab! You get a golden scarab on the final screen! To the hall!
One of the best things about playing this game is the fact that if you have indeed seen the film prior to this, you'll enjoy the living hell out of this game. The music matches the tone perfectly, the platforming feels fresh and original, and there's actually some difficult parts that you will come across. It's really fun.
For those of us who are lazy, you don't actually have to play the game all the way through if you don't want to. You can enter in a password and skip around some of the levels. But obviously, why would you do that? This game is freaking sweet.
I know Square Enix is doing really well with the Disney and Kingdom Hearts collaboration, but just imagine if we had Capcom and Disney back to making games just like this.
The SNES version of Aladdin is not only more superior than the Genesis version, but it also shows the great potential between Capcom and a great company like Disney.
Oh, and I love this game so much. I've played it so many times, and it really just reminds me of all those moments hanging out and playing this game with my brother.
With that in mind, guys, this game gets our completionist rating of complete.
Cause you never had a friend like Greg! Greg! Hey!
Complete it in Agrabah.
Hagging him. Hey, I sang a song for you guys. I came up with all the words. And,
That's all the time we have for today, guys, so please, as always, leave your positive and negative comments in the boxes below.
And if you have ideas for future Completionist episodes, please let us know in the comments section.
Don't forget to face twin tablegram both of us and our respective shows.
And if you'd like to have coffee with me, you can click wherever I put the annotation and it'll take you to my channel. Yeah.
What? Now, if you excuse us, we're gonna go, join Greg in his dancing. Yeah, I don't know how this one's gonna go.
Mr. Gerard Khalil and caffeine loving lady, I'm on the job, you big kebab. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a friend like Greg. Yeah. You ain't never had a friend like Greg.